First topic, the Indiana Fever. Now, let me throw the alley-oop and paint the picture.
Right. I'm just pulling up something on him. Go ahead.
We've been fortunate enough to cover the W since 2011, since the New York Liberty was playing in Newark. Shout outs to the people who allowed us to get our start in media from there. Want to talk about what's going on with the Indiana Fever. Now, why it's important to somebody like Deshaun. So, I live in New York. Big Liberty fan. Cover the Liberty. Shout out to the media coordinators. Appreciate it. 30% of the Deshaun family lives somewhere in Indiana. Shout out to Naptown. Shout out to Evansville. I love everything Indiana. Mike Epps is from Indianapolis. Shout out to Naptown. Vivica Fox from Naptown. I'm huge Naptown. Don't like the Colts, though. Steelers fan. Don't like the Colts. When the season started, not even when the season started, when the draft started, I remember calling you. It was like, yo, the Fever got all these draft picks, man. It's about to be on. I think they got a hidden gem. Destiny Henderson fell in the draft because you saw that suit she was rocking. Those colors was giving me New York Liberty.
Right.
Don't know what happened, but I was like, yo, Henderson fell in the draft. They got some draft picks. This is going to be a great season. I knew it was going to be a learning curve because when you're rookie heavy, you're going to go through growing pains. I didn't know it was going to be this bad this season. Are they on a 15-game losing streak?
It's just 15 at this point.
They're on a 15-game losing streak. I watched the post game recently because actually, matter of fact, didn't I call you last night? I said, yo, hey, they about to break this losing streak.
Yeah.
No, I texted you. You texted me back like 2 seconds later. It was like, Deshaun, it's only the third quarter. They got one more quarter left.
Yeah.
And my head dropped. I said,
what can go wrong will go wrong.
So then I watched the scrum, the media scrum. And the coach, you know, he was trying to stay positive. But he did go into it. He was like, yo, I feel like the refs, you know, weren't on the game. And I'm paraphrasing it, but he alluded to the refs a few times. He got a technical for a call. Do you think it's the inexperience from having rookies? Or do you think there's something else? Like, yeah, you have rookies, but nobody first saw a 15-game losing streak.
They're 5-29 or something like that.
What do you think is a lineup change? Do you think it's coaching, or do you think there needs to be a massive reset button? Because reset. People, how do I, it's like, okay, if we compare the NFL and I give you, you're the Atlanta Falcons, and I say, yo, out of the first top 20 picks, you got 4 of them. What are you going to do with those picks? You got 4, and 2 of them are in the top 10. What are you going to do?
Oh, I'm going to get them. Grab the best players.
Do you think they did that?
No. I mean, yes, with Destiny.
Yes,
they definitely
she fell.
Right. But I don't know what more. What they had Tierra McCowan. They sent her to Dallas. So let me go over the list right quick. Just a few names. Right?
Okay.
Let me go over the list. You have Queen Egbo. You have Lexi Hall. You have Tiffany Mitchell. You have Kelsey Mitchell. You have Daniel Robinson. You have Nelisa Smith, and you have Victoria Vivens. Okay, those are names. All right. So let's be here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rookies. Right. There's 6 rookies on the team. Daniel Robinson's been there 10 years. Victoria Vivens been there 3 years. And Tiffany Mitchell's been there for 6 years. And somehow you're on a 14-game losing streak. 15. And somehow you're on a 15-game losing streak. They got rid of the coach near the beginning of the season. You let Tierra McCowan walk out because somehow you thought that was going to make your team better. Mind you, she's in Dallas playing for a playoff spot. I just want to understand how you can't not push the reset button. I don't know if they can push it because they got rookies. So the vets got to go. There's no reason why you got Robinson, Vivian's. What's the other name I just said? But whoever they got in there, like they're just gonna have to make some changes. They need to mix the team up. Meaning, in other words, whoever's your best young pieces, stay with them. The rest of them are all expendable. Meaning, in other words, when this season's over, we're gonna bring some players in here. So whoever's free agents, we're gonna aggressively go after them. No more to rebuilding. They've been rebuilding. You know what? If I can remember this, McCowan and Vivian's came only about 3 or 4 years ago, because I remember when the Liberty were in Westchester, that first year, they came up there. So I'm trying to understand how 3 or 4 years later. Now, when they were doing bad then, you got it because they were kind of rebuilding. It's 4 years later. You still in the same spot.
Well,
I don't understand that.
You had this year.
So I don't know what more. And this coach, for whatever reason, and let's be honest, I know they almost won the game last night. They are losing games decisively. If you go and look at the record, they're losing games by 20 points, 30 points, 15, 20. It just looks bad all around.
Okay.
So I don't, it's the coaching, some of the players. Let me put it like this. You don't have to push the reset button. You have to just take pieces and you got to build off of whatever light you got to build off of that.
I've seen some bright spots, and again, there is changes that need to be made, but I've seen some bright spots in a rookie that I called out, Destiny Henderson.
Yes, yeah, she's dope.
Every time I'm on social media, the fans of the Indiana Fever and the fans of Henderson want to see her play more, and I understand that's a tough spot for the coach or ownership, whoever's in charge of the lineup, to insert Henderson or another said rookie into the lineup. But I'm in agreement with you. You have to go with the hot hand. Fans of the Fever want to see Henderson play more. Rookie or not.
Right.
You're on a 15-game losing streak. What more do you have to lose at this point? Nothing. So in that loss, she had 16. I want to say I'm 51% shooting, if my memory serves me correct. Having some oohs and ahs, knocking down shots. But during the season, even early on, she'll have some good spurts and then get put to the bench or not being put in situational basketball where she can show her true talent. This is somebody that just came off a championship in college.
Right.
She's probably one of your best ball handlers. No disrespect to anybody else on the team.
Right.
You're going to have to swallow your pride and stick with your best player, which isn't, I'm not saying Henderson is the best player, but coming off the bench, she's one of them.
Right.
So you're going to have to figure that out as you're figuring out which pieces needed to be stay and which pieces are expendable to build around her. I know you said you can't like completely blow up the team, but for those 3 veterans that you named, how do I say this? Because to me, I'm on the side of you got to keep a veteran. Who would you think needs to be moved? Because if you say, oh, we're just going to get rid of the veterans for pieces, now you're back to some first and second year players. Like,
well, I think Robinson is going to have to go. I mean, I hate to say, like Tiffany Mitchell, Vivian's plays, she plays, but I would say I don't want to not Kelsey Mitchell, but Robinson, she's played 10 years, and she's been there. I mean, I forgot when she got there, but the fact of the matter is it's not working. So let Robinson go to another team and go where somewhere she can compete.
You remember when we was covering the Liberty and like their first 4 draft picks, like half of them got sent to Indiana? Did she come from that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. So it like when I say Robinson needs to go, not because she's a bad player, I just think she needs to go somewhere where she can compete. She can compete. Like she
it's
can
like Dame. People was like, Dame, all right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you need to get out of there, man. So I think with her, like Indiana, they're gonna have to take their best pieces, which I don't watch them every night, so I can't tell you, but Destiny seems like she gives a spark. Egbo seems like she gives a spark. From what I saw in my own eyes. Vivian's has played hard, but everybody else is expendable. There's only about 2 or 3 players. When you look at all those names on that roster, you're like, how are they 5 and something? Like, how are you losing that many games?
Man. It happens.
So it just starts to look like there's no excuse for it. So we got to figure it out because we can't go through another year of this. You get what I'm saying? You can't go through another year of this. You got players on there that been playing there for years, or that's been playing in the league for years. I can't accept this.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
I'm going to need the Indiana Fever to get it together. Like I said, man, got a lot of family in that town. Shout out to the 317, man. Shout out to all my cousins running around on the east side out in Hillside Projects. But, yeah, man.
One thing I want to say definitely, and I hate saying that, taking anybody's job, that coach has to go. It's not working.
Hey,
he was the assistant. Man. He was the assistant.
Hey, we can't give him
so let me give a point. Because we're going to go into another team soon. The Sparks let go of their coach, and they kept the assistant. Fred Williams, he's a great coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that getting better? Mm. So it's the same thing with him. He took over for the coach. Man. He took over for the coach, and it's not getting better. So we know you're part of whatever the reason why they're not winning, you play a part somehow. It's not saying it's your fault, but you play a part somehow.
Hurts my heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just said it a lot, man. Hopefully the Fever will get it together because, again, want to root for you. Got a whole big family in that town. Shout out to the 317.